when I walk through. Yeah, she fine, there who brought you. Twins in the bins once again, yeah.
What's up, guys? I'm here with a new episode of Grownish. Season 4 episode is in the title. Review, recap, spoiler alert, whatever you want to call it. Let's just get into it. So we have a special guest. Lala Anthony is playing Zoey's new boss, Esme. And Zoey is working for her through her internship. So, her and the group, you know how Zoe is. She's very fashionable and everything. So, this goes really well with her studies and everything. You know, it's senior year. She's trying to kick it off and start it off right. So, of course, with Zoe, it has to be a problem. And one thing I like about Grownish, it always is a lesson inside the problem. So, anyways, the lesson right here is we see Zoe and Esme. They see an article of how a white artist has stolen Esme's clothing and everything, and she expressed her feelings to Zoe. She doesn't know Zoe's name yet, so by the way. So while she's saying that, of course, Zoe is just telling her about the appropriation that goes on between the people of color and everything like that, and how like media just takes over and they just forget where they took it from. So she is impressed with Zoe's taste everything. So she decides to ask her name and embrace, a little bit about her. So fast forward, we see that in the media, we see that the same exact words that Zoe has said, Esme has used that in a interview that she did online with someone. So Zoe's feeling a certain type of way. So she go ahead and vents her opinions to her beautiful boyfriend, Aaron. Aaron, which we all know that she gets her inspiration from Aaron. Side note, isn't it like really great that you can be with somebody that helps you level up, even financially, but also mentally? Because Zoe was a brat and she gets more open and woke. I hate to use that word, but yeah, she gets awakened when she's more around Aaron, even though he's goofy at times. So anyways, so Aaron checks out what is being said, and she points out the exact thing that we're saying, like, hey, you stole what I said, but I'm glad that you did and everything. So of course, she brushes it off and say, well, if she could reach one, teach one, So we see that what's going on when she goes back to work, she has now stolen one of Zoe's designs. Earlier in the episode, we see that like on and off, during one of Zoe's breaks or whatever, she's creating a jacket, and she even asks what the Z stand for. This is before she even found out who Zoe was per se. So we come in, we see that she has stolen her design and everything. The group is like, oh my gosh, the workers and everything, like, isn't it cute? Isn't it fashionable and everything? And if you didn't know, here's a picture of it real quick. Look, crop Letterman jacket, looks really cute with a scented inside finish. I wouldn't wear it, but it is very cute. I think I wouldn't wear it because it's colorful. But anyways, let me just get back to this. Maybe with a cute little black dress that puffs out the bottom. But anyways, let me get back. So Zoe's like feeling a certain type of way. So she goes to the group and she asks Vivek, what does he think? And they, say like, man, not Vivek, but and we're going to get into his little storyline real quick. Anna says, don't mess up your internship. This is your senior year. You're trying to finish. And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't be a plate for the cause, okay? Because you already trying to work yourself out the mud. You done missed credits. You done got put out of school and everything for cheating. Like, girl, you need to be on straight and arrow, right? And then Beluga and Naomi, they want her to call the lady out and everything. So Zoe has a tough decision to do. But what she decides to do when she goes to the office, she sees that in a collective world of all these white designers, that Esme is a black woman artist that stands out. So she decides not to throw her in the bus and everything. And it's so great to see that, because I was like, oh, I hope Zoe doesn't, because you never know with Grownish. That's why I love with Grownish, because even when I do my prediction videos on IG, I always say like, I'll think a certain way, but Grownish takes you a certain way, so you're not so predictable. Like, so she doesn't cloud chase or anything, but back to Zoe, she decides not to throw Esme under the bus, and she tells her how proud she is of her as a black woman. And she tells Anna because of what I just said, like, you see that she is an outstanding woman, and we need to be more expressed more. Like, she just gonna take this L, and then when she gets further in life, she will throw her opinion and input when she gets there. But right now, you shouldn't tear somebody down that is very limited to. I'm kind of sketchy on that because we see so much in the media how these stars rip off inspirations, or these models. They take these designs from these designers and name it their own and put it on their blogs and put it to their little brands like Fashion Nova and all that stuff, and Icon Swim and everything. If you know, you know. Because the models, they're no name, they're not as big as that, and then they steal the design, so it's like collective property. Like, how do you fight against that? So back to the episode. Zoey did a great thing. Anna agrees, and I agree. But you know what's happened? Luca goes on social media and posts how Esme has scammed and took Zoey's design. So yeah. So let's quickly go through the rest of the group. Vivek, he's still on that duty. He's talking. We see a little bit of him. He's really not that important episode, but we are shown him to introduce him talking to Jazz, because Jazz really does have a problem, but she doesn't know it yet, because she's trying to milk this therapist so she won't have to do track and still get a scholarship. So when she goes to the therapy session, she realizes that the list story is so funny, because she made up her whole story about her background using Step Up in the Streets movie. So the therapist like, okay, you good to go or whatever. So without realizing that she really does need the help and losing out on the scholarship, she really does get the help from the therapist, because she has to tell the truth. And of course, we're going to see later in episodes that maybe this is going to show a beautiful breakthrough of what's going on in the turmoil in her life. She lost her boyfriend. She worked track all her life. She lost her sister because her sister's gone to the Olympics. She doesn't know who she is now, and it's really cute that she's still finding her way at this young age and not being someone that's stuck and complacent for 30 years and then they have a new Alice in life, which is nothing bad with that. But I'm just saying, it's good to, make your mistakes but not live in them. So last but not least, I think that was it. That was most of the part of the episode. But last but not least, Aaron's a new TA job, and he now is formed to encourage the students do a class, and stuff like that. He feels like less of a person because of all the accomplishments that he has done last year. It's funny because he even refers them to the greatest hits of Aaron, with him doing the walkout and the strike and everything, with all his social issues and everything pertaining to Black life, So he feels a certain type of way. So he goes, he's very eager, he's wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go and inspire the kids. So of course the kids, they don't care what he's talking about. They make a Instagram page pertaining to his clothing, and if it offends low-key offends Aaron, so of course he goes to the extreme of this taking off all his clothes. So when they make an Instagram page out of his sweater vest, and then he feels offended, he ends up becoming shirtless, and of course that's very inappropriate. Aaron is so goofy, but that's why we love him too. So so with that being said, is inappropriate, and he has now been put down to night class. And in the night class, ending this episode, we see all the characters and their upperclassmen, like older people that's trying to get their degree while they're kids at night. Some people that are for jail duty, they have to take the class. And last but not least, the new upcoming freshmen that need to get their credits on board. And it's so funny because the collective is how we introduced from Grownish season 1, and we see them, and we even hear the background of the song in the back, not the Grownish song, but the the little whistling song that was introduced to us in season 1. So tell me, guys, what do you guys think? I thank you so much for making it to the end of this review. I'll talk you guys soon. Peace.